America, hearing just even that short list, well, who's going to pay for that? That's us. And that's going to be a drag on the economy.
Well, here's the thing. The economy has grown faster than it is right now. Under periods where we had fairer tax policy and invested more. I'm pretty sure that when we have fairer taxes, wealthy people will still be wealthy.
Right. So why don't they just give everyone $1 million? Everyone, I hear nothing but praise for Barack Obama. And he was the worst of all. When the banks said they were going broke, and we gave them gazillions, because not only did they give them the buyouts, but then they, when he said that we bought GM, was it? Pontiac? I'm still waiting for my check. I haven't gotten any money from that. Have you? He said on television that we own 1/3 of the company. But the monster that was in our office, he gave those banks all that money, and those monsters in the banks still took people's homes. So they got the money for the homes and the homes. Everybody, how good. He gave Iran the worst thing that you could, momentum, steam. Now Iran is injecting the gas into their centrifuges. They started, look, it's not about do they have, of course they have nuclear weapons. They're too close to Russia, too close to China, and North Korea not to. I mean, we talk a big game, but when it comes to something like that, we back up. I don't know why. We would not stop a shipment like that, particularly when we made that deal with Obama. So if Iran doesn't by now, they will very shortly. So what exactly is going on over in the Middle East? Does anybody know? Because I haven't seen word one about the war that's about to start. So anyway, those people are the people that still believe that enough money can fix anything. And I see it as how dead your money is, how useless it is, because nothing, we are beyond recovery now as a nation. I mean, it's possible that we could all repent, turn to Christ, and refuse to give in to our carnal nature. And it's quite unfortunate that I really don't see that happening. We have to have the best and the brightest, the newest, and the most up-to-date everything. I look for the older stuff that was excellent in its heyday. So what would happen if they gave everybody $1 million? Because it would be no problem for the 2 or 3 richest men in the world, in our country, the United States. Forget everything else. That would be no problem for them to do it. It would be a blip. It would be their contribution for the year, their donations, nothing. But then the wolves will come out in droves. Prices would increase. There would have to be laws put in place that, well, there are laws about gouging people. So they would have to be enforced. So, quite frankly, I think that gouging involves, the water. Let's say a gallon of water right now costs you $1, but during the summer it's going to cost you $1.89. To me, that's price gouging. It's not about supply and demand. That's, it only costs double because you want your profits to increase. It doesn't cost double to make it in the summer. What I'm saying is absolutely nonsense. I have no idea. But I do know this, that we are in deep doo-doo. I'd love to know exactly every single thing that's about to happen so I could tell you, but I do know this, that I'm becoming increasingly concerned about they're not aliens, but the demonic creatures that will certainly identify themselves as our creators, and millions would believe them. There is a strong delusion coming on the whole planet. I would really like to know what that is so that I don't fall for that. Because if you don't think for a second that I do check myself every once in a while, you're wrong. Absolutely, positively, 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt. I do self-evaluations. Anyway, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky here. And I'm not very happy today at all. My job is increasingly becoming... It's so hard to do it, you don't know. It's tedious and stressful. And I got someone asking me when I'm going to be done now. And that is not... I can't deal with that. But I do it anyway. I get up every day and I go to work because I don't have a choice. And I come home at night, my back screaming in pain, my neck on fire because I don't have a choice. Do you see what I'm saying? There is no other choice. Like Christ, that's it. Whether you like it or not matters not. It doesn't. Whether you like it or not doesn't count. Because, please, I do not like it. Not one bit. 0. But there's no other choice. There's no other way. It's Christ or dead. It's the fair way, It's the only way. And you don't have to like it. But if you don't have the blood of Christ covering you, when this goes down, you're going to have problems. I know what the scriptures clearly say that Jesus is coming back to bring calamity on those who troubled us. So make your fun now. You know, you talk about, you make fun of people, you make fun of, the Anabaptists, you stare at them like they're some entity that doesn't exist on the same planet as you, or, you know, you make fun. Around the world, this isn't really that bad in our country. Like, we just have that, you know, people, if you are an a-hole, there's no cure for that. There's no needle, no pill. Jesus can cure it, and that's it. But if you think that you got persecution in this country, you don't know nothing. The rest of the world looks at us as the big fat church. The selfish and greedy, the immoral, the spotted bride. That's us. Because we're not pure. Jesus says he's coming back for the pure, white, spotless bride. The cleansed one. That ain't us. We're selfish, greedy, ignorant, hypocritical. We. Don't think that I'm excluded from the body. Just because the foot says I'm not from the body doesn't mean it's not from the body. Isn't that right? So even if I'm part of the fungus under the toenail, I'm part of that body. And God forbid that I don't at least try. So, blood of Christ or dead. Am I clear enough? Do I got to put an egg in the frying pan to visualize, to give you a... You know what I'm saying, right? Alright. Have a good day, folks. Write Mr. Bill Gates a letter and ask him to give us all $1 million, please. Donald Trump, give us some bread, dude. We're broke down here. Poor white trash. No exaggeration. That's also a cliche. Is that racist? Huh? Deep down inside, we're all racists. Knock it off. You have some prejudice against something, you're a racist. Okay, you don't like people that eat meat. You don't like people that don't eat meat. You don't like tree huggers. You don't like people that cut down the trees. You don't like people who put gas in their cars. You don't like people who use electric cars. It doesn't matter. First things first, you got to own it. Admit it and own it, and then perhaps you can become greater once you rise above it. But I have my prejudice is, 22-year-old men having sex with little girls. Okay. You have a good day, folks.